for platter, ask for seconds, they just let me. They tell me I'm a god, I'm lost in the facade, 6 feet off the ground. At all times I think I'm feeling odd. No matter what I make, they never see mistakes. Making so much bread, I don't care that they're just being fake. They tell me they're below me, I act like I'm above. The people blend together, but I would be lost without their love. Can you heal me? Have I gained too much? When you become untouchable, you're unable to touch. Is there a real me? Pop the champagne. It hurts me just to think, am I told to pain?
Staying still, eyes closed, let the world just pass me by. I paid bills, nice clothes. If I fall, I think I'll die. Touch me, Midas, make me part of your design. None to guide us, I feel fear for the very last time. Lay still, restless, losing sleep while I lose my mind.
everyone, and welcome to Nova on Comet for the Big Beer 350 presented by Daytona International Speedway. This is the first of many races here of the Lite series. I'm Scully. You all know me from C Sports. If you don't, you've been living under a rock. Let's get to some Daytona racing and kick off what has been an insane merger from the VRA to Nova. Over 15 drivers attempted this race, and only those 15 mentioned will be able to qualify into today's race. There's a lot of things that are set to happen this race. A whole bunch of wrecks, I hope. All those drivers you see down there in the spawn area are those drivers that are either previously qualified or are yet to qualify. I have no idea who's out on track right now. But we are here. We are live from Daytona. Set to be an insane race. I believe 120 Robux is on the line here for this race. I believe that amounts to over what? $500,000 something dollars. What a prize pool, and there is a whole bunch of money at stake for people to win. So I want to elaborate. Why would we not call this VRA? Why would we not call this VRA, and why is it called Nova now? So you see, for those who are coming from C Sports and have no idea what Nova is, essentially, VRA merged with another road racing league to form Nova, and they brought some of the races from there with them. Hence the Big Beer 350. You may have recognized that on C Sports, and a bunch of other races you might recognize from that other league. And now with this merger, they now have 4 divisions from their previous 2 in VRA. This includes, obviously, you know, the typical Cup Series and Lite Series, formerly the Cup Series and FIO Series when it was called the Verizon Racing Association, but they now have Rallycross and Endurance Racing. Speaking of Endurance Racing, we will be the primary broadcaster of of those endurance races. It happens between 30 and 60 minutes after a Cup Series race every Sunday. Make sure to tune in because that is our first dip into endurance racing. That is all the drivers you see down here. We're gonna go ahead and get out of free cam so we can, you know, better view these drivers. We have, like I said, 15 drivers with... We have about, 5-something minutes till we are get set and go from Daytona. Multiple of these drivers came here from VRA. You might recognize some names. You might not recognize some names, and that's perfectly all right. I want to first introduce myself to no one who has ever heard of me before. Hello, my name is Scully. I am a commentator of 2 years. I've been working with C Sports in VRA and also just overall been a part of the road racing space since 2021. I started commentating in 2023, hence why I have all my lengthy portfolio list. And ever since, I've just loved road racing, and this is my passion, and this is what I'm here to do. Obviously, I want to see all these drivers succeed, but we all know that there's only one winner, and there will only be one person taking home that prize pool. However, I do want to make some things clear. This is not C Sports. Although we are owned by C Sports, this is not C Sports. I run this completely by myself. And this year in 2026, we are slated to have a total of around 27 events to stream just in 2026 alone, and that's set to grow as the year goes on and on. And just in the month of January, we have what 7 something events to stream. So make sure to tune in and make sure to stop by. This is a new experience. I've only ever commentated. I've never streamed and commentated at the same time. So make sure to show some love. Drop a follow if you will. If you're feeling bold, subscribe. Actually, if you pay for subscriptions, you can subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And with that out of the way, I'm going to first ask why the spectator system isn't working. Just give us some moments. Oh, there we go. So, let me just head back to spectating. Lots of stuff to see from these drivers. Obviously, we have a bunch of drivers that qualified. But as I said, only 15 drivers were able to make it due to just overall overall, there were so many people that wanted to drive, but as I said, 15 people can only qualify due to lag issues, and it's been something that's plagued real racing for a little bit, and I'm no stranger to it. I mean, I've been booted out of races before because, they didn't have as much time. Well, they don't have as much room for people. As we get things underway, I want to introduce you to some of the drivers that are moving over from we're going to head up to the front. Here's Litman Nick to kick us off. Litman Nick is a 2-time VRA champion in 2 different seasons. Most recently, I believe, was in season 6, potentially 7. And there are a lot of drivers you'll see that have moved over from VRA or from some other league. Obviously, Untrustful is a name that I recognize from BSBL. Antalol, you see Revel, Leafy, Foxy, Drift, all those names you might recognize from VRA, and some you might be new to. I'm very new to some of these drivers. Some who have moved from other leagues or found the league through their own separate ways. As we get ready to go here, we're going to turn off chat and we're just going to wait. 56 laps separate us between now and a winner. And speaking of winners, Winner Fuel, Sunoco, thank you to them for backing Nova. They're what makes driving in this league possible, and overall, just a huge thank you to them. Lemonick will be leading us off on pole. In fact, speaking of which, let's find out that running order. Let's find out that running order real quick. That will be That'll be Litman Nick and Leafy making up row 1, Foxy and King making up row 2, Jordan and Baba making up row 3, Drift and Jaden rounding out round 4, Mew and Revel row 5, Spitfires and KPL row 6, Will and Antilol at row 7, and all the way in the back, best barely qualifying is Sam at row 8. So, there were a lot of people that did not qualify. Multiple drivers, including some familiar names you might know. Vintage Musashi, Nikki, Hype Blocks, Toddy, Train, all those names you might recognize from VRA were unable to qualify for today's race. Bit of a shocker. Some drivers did show up a little bit late as it was a little bit controversial. Just a little bit controversial. And they were really late, yet somehow managed to get in. Don't know how that works, but High Blocks was one of those latecomers and still did not qualify. Sucks to suck, but that's just how the ball rolls. So, awaiting these drivers to roll out onto the track. Obviously, Lemon Nick, you know, I like to talk highly of him a lot, especially because he's my coworker. Well, used to be my coworker. Really good guy. Nothing but good things to say about him. Excellent person, both on and off the track. He is by far just an amazing star. And definitely you should look into them. Going into today's race. As the V lag is insane. Lag is insane, actually. Insane amounts of V lag. Just give me a moment. Is it just me, or is everyone else rubber banding? It's everyone? Okay, so it's not just us on stream. It's not just us. Okay. Yeah, there's insane amounts of rubber banding. Oh yeah, that's not helping. That's not helping much. There are way too many cars. VRA would have never had this happen. So we are set to go. Pace car is in. We are green here from Daytona. I forgot to turn up the volume. Oh, wow, that's for good reason. We are green and we are off as cars are immediately wrecking in the back. 3 cars spinning out. Caution on the first lap. Liminick continuing to drive to the lead. Nick leading the pack to the back. There is no race back to caution, so it will be as is as another car spins out. That's going to be, I believe, Fox. No, that will not be Fox. As Nick things have appeared to calm down on the rubber banding. However, it's still kind of rubber banding just a bit. Multiple rubber banders in the back. We have confirmed that it's not just us, so a little bit mild here. Nick, obviously you see there running a little bit more. Obviously see Virgin, the number 66. And then you have King, well, sorry, DJ King, the Yahoo I believe that's Pontiac, I believe. Unless I'm a little bit off. Green this time by as rubber banding seems to have slowed down a bit as velocity goes a bit off course, almost spins out. Restart zone. Head over to that restart zone. Getting back to running this time by. We are not green. Green next time. We're gonna go to radioactive.
Go you too.
Yeah, I get it. I'm fine. I'll be here next week.
Foxy, go faster. You're making
I'll be here for the next race too.
This is more than 10 car lengths.
Okay, Rebel's behind me, dude.
Oh my
This
god.
is painful, honestly.
This is
I'm
a
gonna
yoke.
want, bro. After this, bro, as Velocity spotter,
Foxy,
after
speed
this, I'm
up.
gonna go watch. Yeah, guys, as Velocity spotter,
let's
I'm not
race.
actually spotting
Come
for
on,
him.
let's
I'm
go.
kind of just
I want some green
Just-
laps. I want green laps.
It's like,
I
who
want
wants to watch the
some
SpongeBob movie with me?
I want some good.
Interesting
I want some
plan.
good racing. God damn it!
Oh, Foxy! No, Foxy, you're actually. Are you
These guys are racing like
that?
these guys are racing. I'm trying to
This is
process
a
my
yoke.
words.
Okay, we literally have a massive gap from the
Wait,
leaders.
Foxy's
How many?
driving the.
We return to the restart zone. Lipman Nick will lead the field as we go ahead to go green from Daytona. VLAG is hitting at insane numbers. Verge is going to attempt to make a push. King's going to push up to the front, leading up to first. And Velocity spins out, causing a huge wreck behind him. Big one at Daytona on lap 5.
All of you.
Oh my
For fuck's sake!
This is the worst. This is.
How
this
many
is the
fucking
bro.
episodes do we have fucking here? For fuck's sake!
I love this. I love road racing, but this is the saddest excuse for a
This
race.
is fucking horseshit.
This is actually sad. I already love this league.
0 laps
But-
of green flag racing, lap 5.
Yeah, cool, amazing. Jesus Christ, check there's something called lifting. Do it.
Oh my god. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
We
of
did no
laughter.
fucking laps. We did no fucking laps.
Yeah.
Ashley was
It's a little
Gucci
bit
my
long.
nigga, was my killer, was drugs my dealer. Okay, for rings. E-list. From
Go
dealers.
ahead, glorified
Got my
parrot
N-words
search.
in Paris.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, it's not lagging. It's not lagging.
As we return to the checkered flag, green flag, green again here from Daytona. This has been an absolute slugfest from these drivers. Nick and Verge attempting to make do with what they have. However, the rubber banding is getting a little bit too much. King dropping down to third now. Nick continuing to lead the charge as Verge is attempting to get within that draft. Tried slip to the side. 2 wide, potentially going into 3, 4 wide. Verge gets turned by Geyser, and we have a big one yet again. Caution will wave. Got a nice view inside the cockpit. Let's go back to Revel, who's in the cockpit way out back. Was involved in that crash earlier. will be dropping up to the front. Well, be headed up to the front, my bad, sorry. Here is Antilol, currently P10, and was mildly involved in that crash a couple minutes ago. Nick now just attempting to do with the insane VLAG. This is running in real time, by the way. You are not hallucinating. This is running in real time. Pits are now open, allowing those drivers to get charged, reset fuel. You see there 97 of Spitfires as well as a 17 of speed. Multiple drivers will be headed into that pit lane. I don't know what Nick's doing there. He didn't say he was gonna pit, but he does say he's going to pit. Multiple drivers along there. They're going to get restocked, recharged. Obviously, you have Will there. Some drivers opted to stay out, I believe. Only one car stayed out, I believe. That will have been the 3 of Trustful, repping that Moto Casino Dodge for Take 5 Motorsports. Obviously, Trustful. I remember this kid from VRA, as you can see here with the Relic VRA pace car. Geyser is still TTB, as I believe Galaxa will pass him soon. Now the new order will be, that new order will be Trustful, then Spitfires, then I have no idea, since it is rubber banding so badly that I can't even begin to process what is going on. As you can see with the pace car, so essentially, if none of you have any idea what rubber banding is, let me just go ahead and show blimp side. So, for those who don't understand what rubber banding is, essentially, when there are too many things running, like on track, for example, 15, up to 16 cars, Roblox servers will tend to, you know, freak out and attempt to render all of these cars going all at once. But thanks to something called VLAG, it will seem as though they are running in stop motion. So like one frame, you see here with Will, the next, and then the next frame, and then the next. It keeps rubber banding. It could get, like, so it could be a little difference and then a big difference, like you just saw there with Will. There are fixes to rubber banding, but I assume they have not been implemented into Nova yet. Obviously, this is the first race of the season, so they still need time to test, tweak everything. But rubber banding is one of the most prevalent issues when you have a high driver count. Usually anything over 10 drivers will result in a bit of rubber banding, but VRA did not have this issue when I commentated over there at C Sports. So hopefully a fix gets announced soon. Definitely not something I'd like to have here on this channel. Spring announcement is green this time by. We're going to head up to the front now with Trustful. Trustful leading some laps here under caution. See if that'll last, however. Let's see if it was a good choice for him to stay out. As pace car heading into the pits. We approach the restart zone. We are green again from Daytona. Trustful now attempting to gain an edge off of Spitfires. Spitfires, however, gonna attempt to head to the inside. Trustful blocks that pathway though. As here comes the rubber banding again. Trustful will drop to the back as another wreck happens again. A big one yet again. Caution will potentially wave. Multiple cars involved drop into the back. Believe only 6 cars are left that are in the front. 5th caution on lap 13. Trustful will lead the field yet again. All those drivers now are on fresh tires and fresh fuel. We'll see how long it'll take before Trustful has to pit and relegate that first place spot as Trustful gets spun out by Spitfires. Trustful now will get back to where he was before. P1. Running order was at the time Trustful, then Litman Nick, Spitfires Mew, Verge, King, Geyser, Velocity Drift, Jane, Speed, Fox, and Prince. Geyser, Viper will get that TTV. Geyser will be on his last warning. Currently sitting P7. So, let's see how long it takes before that final warning surpasses and it gets a DQ. I believe it'll be green this time by. Did not read the last announcement. I believe that last announcement was for their TTBs. So, Trustful now with Spitfires to be right behind. Green next time by as announced by Spring. Another lap of caution before we go green on lap 15. Oh, sorry, 16. Keep in mind, we are an hour deep, by the way. We are an hour deep. Also, please make sure to leave a follow so you guys actually know when I'm streaming. So, my stream was a little bit late, so, well, I got Spring to announce it just a little bit late, but if you guys could please leave a follow, I'd appreciate it. Yeah. Things are going amazing here from Daytona. We'll see how things turn out going into these next couple of laps. Scarpa beginning to drop off a bit as Lemon Nick suffering from severe rubber banding, like I said there. I was a bit incorrect about what I said about rubber banding earlier. Since there are so many cars on track right now, going all like at different speeds and doing all these different things, this PC, the one that I'm currently running on, is not able to keep up with the game. So, green next time by again as pace car almost spins out. Almost spins out. Hangs on to it though. What a race this has been. It has started out guns a-blazing. What just beautiful. It's so beautiful out here. Um... We have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new follows from this. I'm so glad you guys are following. Keep at it. Keep at it. Peak of 13 viewers. This is the most amount of viewers I've had on any stream ever. I've never had double digits. So, thank you guys for coming out and supporting, even though this race so far has been, to have lack of a better word, a damn shit show. Feel free to chat around with your fellow drivers who also didn't make it. Yeah, just... this is a bit miserable. But don't worry. I'm sure they'll have it all figured out soon. I'm sure. Fox and Fritz slow down as we are green again here from Daytona. Drift will have to relegate that position off the jump as Trustful and Spitfires up to P1 now. Drift and Trustful now back up to P1. Rubber banding is insane right now. Letman Nick dropping to P5, potentially up down to P6 as Mew will head up to P3. Top three are separated away from the field, from the rest of the field. Spitfire's trying to get to that inside line. Let's try to the outside. Trustful will block it though. Spitfire's trying to gate that drift to cruise by. Mew also attempting the same thing. Trustful will block the inside. Trustful will try to block every single lane possible, but that might not work out. Going into turn 1, and during this turns 1 and 2, Trustful begins to split away from the rest of the field. Litman Nick down to, what is it, P5? Almost about to be on the verge of P6 to Kig there, but Verge soaring back to P4. Sorry, P5. Try not to let Verge gain that ground. Trustful up. Sorry, that's a lot car right there. Trustful continuing to lead that charge, but dropping back to P3 as Spitfires will take the lead. View up to 2nd. Lemon Neck up to 4. Potentially up to 3. Trustful now to P1 again after the rubber banding, and Verge will be spun out heading into the infield grass. Sliding back up onto the track, almost catches another driver off. 3 wide, potentially 4 wide, headed into turn 4. 3 wide. Lemonade dropping down to P5, potentially P6, as Trustful retains that lead. Spun out into the wall, we have a flip. Lemonade into the wall, caution will wave, 7th caution of lap 20. Will set to the back. King will lead at the caution. And Trustful gets spun out by Geyser. King now up to P1, his first lead lap of the day. Not expecting much out of Kane, but overall been consistently within the top 5. Well, yeah, top 7 of this field. Being behind, I believe that'll be Velocity. Was originally in the back, now up to the front. As Trustful now, after that intentional spin by Geyser, will be down to P10. Side by side Geyser. As Revel, don't know what's happened to Revel. Revel is all the way down at the back. Just attempting to Revel has somehow managed to lap everyone. Did another lap. Little bit concerning for Revel. Velocity has never been this high up in the standings as we speak right now. Pits are now open. Velocity, Trustful. I believe Trustful will be pitting this time around. Yes, he will. We're gonna go head over to Chase. Into the Chase cam. Multiple of those drivers there you see are going to go into pit. However, some will stay out. That includes King. Verge, Antalol, and I believe, no, that's it. That'll be those 3 drivers. That'll be headed out to, stay. Suffering from heavy rubber banding now as Antalol. Huge rubber band from here to here. You're suffering a lot of rubber banding. Right over to those drivers now. We're just getting out of pit lane. Green next time by. So see that rubber banding over there is a little bit more obvious once you see it, but as here we go. Back up to pacing speed again. As things are slowing down in the back. Wrecking under caution. Believe that was Mew and Velocity. TTB. Wow. After being second in the order, now down to near last. Will still trying to round out the round the track, trying to get up to speed with everyone. It's like hopscotch with Will right here. You see here, hops up, lands back down here. We're gonna head over to Radioactive.
Yeah, then why are you asking? We haven't raced a single green flag lap.
Oh my god. They're just
I think we
taking
had
the
one.
piss. Bro, I feel like they're just taking the piss at this point. Where are you guys? I don't know. I'm under the racetrack.
It's half the race. Okay, I
Good.
Reading this time by as announced. We're gonna head over to King now. He's gonna be leading the charge as the pace car goes in. We are green again from Daytona. King is going to lead the pack as Verge close behind Nick to the side of Spitfire is attempting to gain on the outside lane. Gets blocked a little bit though. Drops to the back. Verge to the inside. Gains the lead over King. King surges back to the lead. Spitfire's up to P3. Nick up to P3. Drift now up to P3. Nick dropping to the back. Trustful regaining the ground that he lost earlier in that spin. You're going to be a 2-2 train headed outside of turn 3. Headed into turn 4. Train splits 2 wide, 3 rows back. Potentially 3 wide in row 2. And big one again. King and Drift will be the top 2. King has been this high before, but this is as high as Drift has been. 30 laps to go here from Daytona. Such insane racing we have here from Daytona. We have had 8 cautions in the past 26 laps. We're gonna head to commercial break. Hello again and welcome back to Comet as we are on lap 28. It's been the 8th caution of the day following some rubber banding issues, and obviously, like I said, drift has never been this high up. Drift now all these drivers trying to get back up to speed with the rest of the field. As we have another spin out yet again. This time it's going to be the 34. I believe that is Jaden. I would like to point out, as of speaking right now, this has been an hour and 23 minutes. We are an hour and 23 minutes deep. This is not the end, by the way. There are still 26 laps to go. There are still 26 laps to go. We are green again here from Daytona, and already it's looking a little bit more. Revel up to P2. Revel up to P3, sorry, is King attempting to retain to P1 despite the rubber banding drift. Now up to P1. Back up to P1 is King. So far, the straight line headed into the back stretch of Daytona. Spitfire's now up to P3. Nick up to P4. As Spitfire's now getting into a little bit of trouble, almost spinning, and another caution yet again. Big one happens. Only 5 cars make it out. And we have another caution. Caution will wait for the 9th time at Daytona. Limit Nick now to lead the charge as pace car, we believe, will come up. The couple spin outs as all those drivers get back up to speed. as we are now stopped on track. 24 laps to go here from Daytona. So far, it has been quite the interesting experience. And obviously, I don't know what to say about it. I don't really, know what to say. Um... Still now 24 laps remain here at Daytona. There's Crown, you see that? Well, I believe that's Crown. All you see these drivers here. Biggest loser, well, I wouldn't say biggest loser, but biggest drop in place, it would be Drift here. Went from P2 you saw a couple laps ago, now down to, I believe, now P14. Behind only, forgot. I believe Verge it is. So, with all these drivers remaining, the question remains which one of these drivers will endure the slugfest and take home the cash. Only way to find out is by driving, but for now we're just gonna wait it out, see what's gonna happen. I would like to remind everyone that we are an hour and 33 minutes deep, by the way. An hour, 30 minutes deep. It is still not over. It is still not over. So for all the drivers, listeners at home, this has been quite the experience and the reality check. Never had this issue before, but this is just insane to deal with. So as we get ready to go yet again from Daytona, all those drivers you see there are all waiting to head out there and drive, but only one of those drivers will be seated on that stage you see there. As you can see, the budget has increased for Nova compared to VRA, and we have better victory lane stages and just overall a better place. So you'll see a lot of these. Have no fear, you will see a lot of these. There are lots of these. So Lemon Nick now down to drive is there he is, number 14. And here comes, believe the night scene of I forgot. And here we have a 13 of Antalol. The reason I know Antalol is because of the number. If you know number 13, you know that's Antalol. Next up is the 17. That'll be JJ. So, and then we have all these cars lining up in order to try and fix things. And yes, we have the decorations back. Hopefully it doesn't mess things up too bad this time around, but I'm completely unsure as this has been one of the most interesting races I've seen so far. I believe Litman Nick is a part-timer and somehow is leading the pack. Believe. Antalol here, you see from VRA, yeah, all these people you might know and love very well. Some of them you might not love, but you know them. What a beautiful morning sky here in Daytona Beach. See that complete, just utter sky out there. As here comes the number 2 of Mew in the cool pictures Dodge Charger. And then here you have I believe Drift. Yes, that would be Drift in the other Dodge Charger. All these drivers getting teleported in order, and then there you have Verge in the Pontiac Grand Prix. And then also you have the number 4 of Geyser. as now we have all the drivers are set and it is time to go. Well, almost time to go here from Daytona. Final checks, making sure everything's all right. Hopefully the lag doesn't hopefully the lag clears up a bit with this time by, but we're going to see how that plays out. As we're just going to head over to spectator. We're gonna rejoin the game. We're gonna rejoin the game real quick. There we go. Let's check now. Yes, we have the we have everything up and running. We're just gonna give these schemes a time to load real quick because they're all a bit low quality right now. They'll load in a random order, so. Okay, there we go. Alright, so running order as of right now. As we check, it'll be Litman, Nick, and I completely forgot. Oh, sorry. We have Litman, Nick, and Revel rounding out row 1. Antilol and Fox in row 2. JJ and, great, I forgot again. DJ in row 3. Why do I keep forgetting everyone's names? Will and, I completely forget everyone's names. But we have what? Oh, Jaden. Okay. And then Jaden rounding out row 4. Mew and Drift to round out row 5. And then row 6 will be Geyser and Verge. And then in the back, TTB will be Trustful. And we are ready to go. Alright, we'll see how things play out this time around. Already starting to see some rubber banding issues. Issues have not cleared up, but we'll see if we can continue to commentate it. Lemonic back up to speed as P1 in the in the standings in the order so far. We're gonna see how things play out for him. Let's see if he can close this one out. Lemonic now to lead the charge. As I completely forgot that we are... I completely forgot that that happens. My bad, y'all. Insane rubber banding. Let me just quickly explain why that happens as we pan out to here real quick. So the reason that happens, why you only look at the top left of my screen real quick, because this is so laggy for my computer, and my computer is like from 2017, I have to upscale it from 1280 by 720 to 1920 by 1080 so it doesn't melt my PC. But because of that, because my monitor is 1920 by 1080, it will only show the top left because it is so massive. That's how it is. I'm sorry that it happens, but it just does. I'm sorry that it happens. Just It's gonna happen again, so just be ready. This time I'm actually aware of it, so keep in mind I'm only one person. There's only one person running this. I don't have the patience. Hello? Okay, there we go. Okay, it's not just me. So, just going to see if I had split. Yeah, we have a completely different server from the rest of everyone. I was gonna assume so. So, all right. Well, great. We're gonna have to do this all over again. Actually, just gonna refresh it, and we're going to just make sure everything is all right. As you can tell, I have lost. I don't know what to say about this race. It has been a slugfest, for all the wrong reasons. So, hopefully this time around it'll work out just fine. But till then, I'm going to. Gonna hop into free cam so we can see all the drivers. I'm just going to see. Obviously, you have Litman Nick in first. That's nothing new. I believe the order is going to be the same. So, obviously, you have Revel in P2. And then I believe that is Antilol. I believe that's Antilol. I have no idea if it is. Yes, that is Antilol. Okay. So, Antilol and then a bunch of other drivers. So, for the record, as I stated before, this is all done by one person. If you have no idea how I'm doing any of this, like all this, I'm using a controller. I use a controller to get the camera angles that I do. So, yes, be proud of me, so whatever. Here we go again. As we are an hour and 48 minutes deep, by the way. We are an hour and 48 minutes deep. Lemonade and Verge, Revel in P1. Antilol and Fox make up row 2. JJ and Undefined in row 3. Jaden, I think, and Mew in row 4. Drift and Geyser in row 5. And then in row 6 will solely be Trustful. And Verge. Anyways, as we move up to the front, I'm just awaiting the pace car, which should be there. And then one more. Oh yeah, one more, and then it'll be Will. Prince Will, to be correct. Pace car is there. We have all the drivers. Now we're just set to go. We're gonna hop back into the camera. Great. Actually, just great. The struggles of being a solo streamer, ladies and gentlemen. These are the struggles. There will be no more radioactive. General 1 has sort of quieted down. So don't expect too much. Oh yay, loaded correctly this time. As I'm just going to fix that. Going over and have all these schemes loaded. So we have all these drivers now. We're ready to go. Drivers say they're ready. So in a couple moments, they'll be drifting off again. Believe it's been 11 cautions now. Alright, and we are off and away. Chase cam on. Lippman Nick will lead the charge. So, I believe we're on US West servers this time around, so. Rubber banding is still on site, so we're gonna see if that'll affect too much of the action. In fact, we're going to go ahead and remove the track decoration, so we don't have too much of that rubber banding. We are closing in on 2 hours of stream, by the way. We are closing in on 2 hours. As the pace car heads in, after a couple minutes of delays, we're green again here from Daytona. Lap 30 is underway. 1:31. Lippman Nick attempting to gain ground. Revel up to P1. That is the highest he has been so far. Fox up to P2. That's also the highest he's ever been. All these drivers, Antilol up to P3. Fox now down to the inside, attempting to gain some draft from Revel. Revel also down to the middle lane, potentially going to the outside, stays inside. JJ up now to P4, passing Antilol there, side by side with Antilol. King up to P6, attempting to gain some ground and potentially swipe the lead away from Revel. Lippman Nick up to the outside, going into turn 1. 2 wide behind the leader, 3 wide on row 2. Lippman Nick drops down to the back, touching, losing a couple spots. Gain goes back up to P3 now. King attempting to gain momentum on JJ to swing by. 2 wide, 2 rows back from row 2. And now we are 2 wide, 3 rows back as we come to lap 33. 23 to go. Revel now side by side with JJ, this is the highest JJ has been so far in this race. Ansel attempting to go to the middle lane. DJ now back up to P2, attempting to swipe the lead away from JJ. Revel drops down to P3, Limit Nick down to P6, potentially dropping even further back. Field is starting to split away from the rest. The faster drivers splitting away from the slowers. King back up to P2. Things are starting to quiet down a bit. As Verge up to P5, potentially P4. As we have one driver, couple drivers spinning out. Will spins out almost. No caution yet, only one car. DJ now remaining P2. Field sort of simmered down. It's a single file line heading into turn 3. JJ up to P1, leading his second lap of the race. Phil is sort of rounding out Antalol in third. Highest Verge has been so far in P4. Trustful now. Trustful trying to regain what he lost before, try and gain some ground on the drivers that are in front of him. Will, mid-pack player, nearly side by side with Lemon Nick, now side by side, cruising past. We're going for a 2 wide, potentially 3 wide. 2 wide from row 2. Drivers beginning to pick their lane, see which drafting lane works better, as it'll be a line on the inside as Antelon attempted to gain ground on King, but he seems to be too far away, but he needs, yes, the help from the cars that are around him, and it'll be a choo-choo train going into turn 3. Side by side with Will, attempting to regain that momentum, regain that ground, as DJ is running away with the lead on 19 to go. Now down to 8. Well, not down to 18 to go yet, quite yet. As Verge now. Verge is on the verge of crossing past JJ. If we can find enough momentum, anything is possible. But Lemon Nick now cruising to 200, and he'll soar past JJ. .207, peak of nearly 210. As the rubber banding gets a little bit more intense. Jaden now up to P4. As Antelon trying to retain second, will not let go of it whatsoever, grabbing with all hands and feet, clasping tight, trying to get that lead, trying to get that second place spot and retain it. That'll be key for points going this early into the season. Big blast of points matters early in the season. Make or break the championship. Lippman Nick now soaring past off the drift. It'll be up to P3 nearly. Drops back a bit though as he'll soar to P2. Nick now as Antelon drops down to P5, trying to regain lost though, but he is trapped in traffic. Leads draft, but not on the inside line like the rest of these drivers. You can see whose drivers' dreams are slowly beginning to slip away. 17 to go here from Daytona as Nick DJ is running away with the lead. Nothing but open air in front, but those cars slowly begin to cruising down to a second. AJ is losing, and all these drivers beginning to realize they need to work together. Even if they are not teammates, they need to work together in order to catch up to DJ. He's just running away with the lead, cruising at an easy 198, 199, potentially 200 going into turn 3. Lemon Nick, however, he is hunting him down like a missile. He's gonna have to get push if he wants to get any more ground. Now down to less than a second of a lead. Lemon Nick beginning to gain. All these drivers beginning to gain. Caution! Near caution as 2 cars will spin out. Near the back, caution will wave. We are grouped back together. Jada now up to P2. We have now crossed, with that last caution, 2 whole hours of streaming. We have crossed into the 2-hour mark. Leave. Multiple drivers will be pitting this time by, including the... Well, actually, no, the leader will stay out. That is King in the number 11 Toyota Pontiac, the Yahoo Pontiac. So, Jaden will also be pitting as King tries to retain that lead for as long as possible, attempting to coast. $14 to go here from Daytona, crossing into 12 potentially. Retain that lead as I believe Verge, Verge will stay out alongside, and that'll also be, I believe, what? Oh boy, 19 of Revel, I think. 19 of Rebel? Yes, that'd be Rebel. So. 2-hour mark, everyone. We are still averaging 15. We are green again here from Daytona as DJ now. That lead doesn't look so big anymore as Trustful now using the power of the cars behind him to try and gain on it. Verge catching that draft. It's a lot closer than it was a couple laps before. Swinging it to the inside is King, and it'll be a little bit less rubber banding than it was before as we approach 11 to go. Trustful. As Verge will soar to P1. Never mind, slipped away at the hands of DJ. DJ could have a chance to win here, but here comes Verge soaring in on the backstretch. Going to the inside as DJ goes high, blocks the path of Verge. As barely sniffing the back of DJ's car is Verge. Closer than ever before as we approach 10 to go. Verge could be on the brink of doing it. Verge has a chance to do it. However, DJ is cruising, though. It might be a little bit hopeless. However, never say never. That now, not ever. 202 for King. Down to the single digits. 9 to go here from Daytona. Okay, now beginning to cruise away. As caution will wave. Caution will wave. That is now the 14th caution of the race. 14 cautions. What a time to be alive. Pits are open. Trust will get a TTB for speeding in pit lane. Not much we can do, so. Wonderful case of rubber banding you see here. As here comes Leafy, well, sorry, it's Verge. As we approach, as Verge up to P2, and that could be a slingshot restart. Verge now closer to victory than ever on the 6 to go. Verge is going to pass King. Sorry, past DJ, but DJ it's beginning to slip away with time and with every single lap that passes. Going to catch that draft. A little extra traction you see there off King, well, on DJ, was what has been leading up to these big leads. You see here, he slips the extra tires out here, get a little bit more traction. Go a little bit more traction, a little bit more grip. As we go to 5 to go. All that remains now between Verge is DJ at a 0.3 second gap. That's all that remains. Four to go here from Daytona. However, that lead is beginning to slip away. King. King slipping up a bit. I'm sorry, DJ slipping up a bit. That lead continues to grow. That lead will continue to grow, but Verge and Lipnick need to work together if they want to catch up. But Lipnick's a little bit far behind by a lot too. That lead has decreased significantly. 3 to go here from Daytona. Verge is on the brink of victory. All he needs to do now is pass King, and he'll have a chance at the money. Closer than ever before. It seems so close, but a little bit too far. Down a backstretch into turn 3. I'm standing up on my feet. Verge now trying to get as close as he can. That gap is beginning to widen, however. Got a little bit less room. Caution will wave. Two to go. Green this time by now. Green this time by. Green next time by. Gives me more time to eat my fresh fried chicken nuggets. As we approach the overtime attempt, pace car will be pulling in now as all these drivers go past. As we come to the restart zone, green again from Daytona, overtime number 1. 3 to go. King now. King now. Verge is closer than ever before. Sniffing the nose of King, but he has a chance to cruise past. All he needs now is an opportunity. Something. Anything. Either way, it is a win. But who will it be for? To caution. Caution ends it. White flag, 1 to go. And that is how it ends. What an astounding victory it will be for DJ. What a victory. And more than deserved, considering the way he was performing out there. And that will be Off Rails Racing 1-2. But damn, it hurts for Verge not to win it. Consistent all the time, just close, day in and day out, but could not get it done today. As we come to the checkered flag, we'll be under caution. That will mark the end of it. Checkered is in the air. DJ will win at Daytona. What an amazing victory it was for DJ. Consistently consistent the entire time, day in and day out. Showed nothing but pure dominance. And boy, oh boy, was he a star the entire time he was there. What a way to go. It was an amazing performance. I can't imagine how he must feel right now. He's won it. That will be it. That will be how it gets done. What a finish for DJ. That'll put him up 40 Robux richer. As bring it in, driver. He will have a lot to prove going into this. Will it be a one-off or will it be something more? I'm not quite sure. But from what I can tell, this is a star in the making. Just waiting for the next big opportunity to go into Cup. He's burning it up, and he is loud. Here we go. What a finish. That's our victory moment. Presented by Sunoco. There's team owner to accompany. I believe that is not team owner. But Off Rails 1-2 finish is something we did not expect, but was more than certainly delighted to see. And that, folks, is how the race ends. After 2 hours and 25 minutes of running, we have made it at the end. As we continue to bring you Comet, so long from all of us here at Comet. From myself here at our headquarters in Las Vegas, we sincerely thank you for watching, and have a safe, amazing rest of your day. We're gonna wait to see him go into victory lane real quick before we close things out. Wait for the victory lane. Don't leave yet. Don't leave. Don't leave. You must not leave yet. There we go. So long from all of us at Comet. From all of us here at the Comet headquarters in Las Vegas, now I can officially say thank you all for watching, and so long.